Z103.5, number one for hit music. It's Pina, and look who decided to stop by today. Tegan and Sara. Hi there, ladies.
Hi.
How are you?
We're great, yeah.
Do you like our little welcome sign for you?
I mean, it's beautiful. Yes, there's like our faces are everywhere, and
that's exactly how we like it.
Yeah, and for those of you listening, we have a picture of Tegan and Sara on our TV monitors here. It says, "Welcome, Tegan and Sara." And I must say, that's a great shot of you guys.
Thank you. Thanks very much. Yeah, it makes me actually feel like a lot more professional when I see it up on the screen like that. I'm like, damn, look at us.
Is that something you like getting all dolled up, having their hair done, makeup done?
It's nice when it's done because then you don't have to worry about it. There was a lot of years where we would not have thought to, try to have a stylist or have a makeup artist there, but then you look back at the pictures from that era and you're like, right, I wasn't thinking about the fact that this was going to go on the internet forever. So, we can nowadays, although it's not necessarily, I mean, we're both into fashion and we've gotten more into style as we've gotten older and, whatever, but definitely I'm like, that is something we should have definitely discussed because, a picture lasts forever on the internet.
That is so true. Nothing is safe online.
No.
And for those of you listening, in case you don't know, Tegan and Sara are twins.
That's true. That's true. It's a very important fact too, because sometimes people think they were just friends. Or we were just on tour with the Killers, and one of the guys in the band who plays with them, who's like not in the Killers but plays with them, his name's Ted. And apparently Brandon told us this at dinner that apparently Ted, after being on tour with us for like a month, he turned to Brandon and was like, they've got such unique voices, but they're so similar to each other. What good luck for them that they found each other and started this band. And Brandon was like, are you pulling my leg, man? Are you pulling my leg? You know that they're sisters, right?
That's hilarious. Because I was thinking, I was like, well, how am I going to distinguish the two? But your hair is different today. Yeah. Right? So
we definitely sport.
Sara has it straight. Tegan's got a curl to it.
Yes.
Yep. Got it right. Okay.
We do it not on purpose, but it just, we do at times, we cross over in terms of style or buying certain outfits or whatever, but we both like to think we have our own unique, independent thing going on.
Yeah. How about personality-wise? Are you guys very similar or completely different?
We've sort of cultivated our own identities over, I guess it's been now 11 years that we've lived bi-coastally. So Tegan has been in Vancouver and I've been in Montreal for over a decade. And so, as we've sort of come up in the music industry and we've developed this career together and we've spent all this time together, we've also sort of had the benefit of being alone and in our own sort of social circles and a part of our different interests and different scenes and that sort of thing. So I think that we both bring something really different to the table, and we've certainly had times in our lives where we were more similar, and we have a tendency to sort of pick up if Tegan's sort of going through a phase in her life where she wants to take more of a back seat or be more shy or introverted or say less. I'll generally step up and take over, and then we flip back and forth over the years. But I think once people get to know us, our personalities probably stand out from each other quite a lot. So, but on first introduction, I think that it's alarming that we look so much alike. We're creeped out by twins. We're creeped out by twins too, so it's cool.
Yeah, no. When we meet twins, I'm always like, they're weird. And I don't think we look at all similar, except when I look at photos. Sometimes I get confused and I'm like, ew, how am I confusing them? Because we are I think there are distinct differences, obviously, but anyway. We could talk about twins forever, but...
Yeah, but at first glance, it's just like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
So congrats on all your success thus far.
Thank you.
I was reading, is it true you guys started off performing in coffee shops? Is that where it all began?
Yeah, the very short history of Tegan and Sara is that when we were 15 years old, we had been in classical piano training forever, and we decided to start playing guitar, and we wrote songs and made weird demo tapes and cassette tapes and sold them at our high school, and then we won a contest in Calgary. We played we're competing against university level kids, who were in bands, and we got all this press and people started to take us really seriously, and we graduated high school and did not know what to do with ourselves, so we just started touring and putting together shows, and we were oftentimes playing sports bars and coffee shops for sort of our first year, and then we made a record. And we signed to Neil Young's record label when we were 19, and it was an indie label, and the whole plan was just get out there on the road, learn the ropes, become better writers, become great performers. As Elliot Roberts, who has managed Neil Young for 30 years, said, he was like, go live. You have nothing, what do you have to write about? He's like, you're 19 years old, what do you know about life? But he thought we were good enough that he wanted us to cultivate this talent or ability that we had, and so we graduated from sports bars and coffee shops to proper clubs, and we were off and running.
Wow.
And we've been doing it ever since.
To go from that, and then you're performing with some of the world's biggest DJs. David Guetta, Tiesto.
Yeah.
I mean, that's huge. That really put you on the map. I mean,
certainly outside of, like, we've sort of had a little niche for ourselves in indie rock and sort of in the underground, and we've experienced a lot of success through most of the 2000s, kind of under the radar, I guess you could say. And yeah, that first collaboration with Tiesto, a song called Feel It in My Bones.
we're still playing it.
That it was a huge crossover for us into mainstream radio because we hadn't been able to do that. Rock radio is pretty hard; it's pretty impenetrable in the States, especially. So a lot of our own records were sort of more falling into like alternative and rock, and we just weren't making inroads. And then Feel It in My Bones came out, and it just was really embraced by pop radio and dance radio, and so that was a huge push forward for us in terms of that. And that was quite a while ago, but like you said, it's still getting played, and we really see it sort of had traction, and then it ended up introducing us to people like David Guetta and Morgan Page, and we've subsequently done more fairly successful collaborations in that world.
So I guess it's safe to say that working with those DJs really inspired your sound to evolve?
I think we still identify as a pop band or an indie pop band, but certainly the relationship to music and rewriting and sort of like dismantling songs and then trying to write things that are stronger and writing more. Like you need to, when you're working with somebody like Tiesto, like you can't say, oh, this is a 3 or 4 song listen. You have to be as soon as the chorus hits, people need to be like, I love this song. Yeah. What is this? So it certainly has influenced the way that we write music. I don't know that we're necessarily wanting to be a dance band, but I do like that we can sort of like jump onto a track and it doesn't make people go like, what? Like, we seem to work well with that kind of genre. So
absolutely.
Yeah.
So new album. It's your 7th album.
Yeah.
Wow. It is called Heartthrob. Everybody go get it. January 29th. That's when it's coming out.
Yes, please do.
So what can fans expect from this new album?
Well, the first single, Closer, is definitely by far, I think, probably the most extreme pop, sort of like upbeat, borders on dance, fist pumper on the record.
Yeah.
But there's ballads, there's, just really kind of, Sarah was calling it some of our quirky, maybe less traditional kind of production and arrangement type songs on the record. But it's 10 classic Tegan and Sara songs, but definitely with a, amped up sort of production. We definitely wanted to access a different audience, get played on radio, and like Sarah was just saying, use some of the skills in the collaborative world that we've learned. And so but I think at its core it's still a Tegan and Sara record. The songs are still, I think it's our most vulnerable and sort of emotional record, but we juxtapose that with some pretty awesome production, and it's pretty fun to listen to and play, and I think people are gonna love it. I think it's a great record.
Well, Closer has been really well received.
Yeah, it's going over really well. We definitely didn't know 100% what was going to happen. We knew maybe new people were going to really like the song, but we weren't sure how our fans were going to receive it, and it's been overwhelming. We actually just found out this morning that today it officially went gold in Canada, which is the first time we've ever had a gold single
Congrats.
on our own. Thank you. Yeah,
That's wicked.
a great way to wake up, and it's I think it's really exciting because once again our fans are showing us that they'll embrace us doing a track with Tiesto, with David Guetta. They'll embrace Call It Off, an acoustic number from a record 5 years ago, and they'll also buy Closer, and they're egging us on, and I appreciate that.
Yeah, because it's kind of nice, because I've played the Morgan Page and the Tiesto track, but it was always featuring Tegan and Sara.
Yeah.
And here I am just playing a Tegan and Sara.
No, it's exciting.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And by the way, congrats, because you guys are up for a Grammy, right?
We are, yeah. We put out a DVD last year. Yeah. It's very cool, really exciting.
Are you guys going to attend the show?
Unfortunately, we're going to be in Europe. Our record comes out that week in Europe, and so we had sort of already planned to be over there for a press trip. So
we're just happy to be Grammy.
Yeah, we're thrilled. We're really excited. Our mom was stoked. It was great. Yeah, if we don't win, it's fine. We still were nominated. We like that whole thing, but it'd be cool to win.
My mom was convinced. She told me when she dropped me off at the airport to come here, she was like, I think you're going to win. I was like, I think you're out of your mind.
My mom really sets herself up to be disappointed.
Yeah, I was like, so maybe, have you heard Mumford & Sons and U2? Because that's who we're against. And she was like, I'm just saying, I think that you're going to win.
She used to say the same things on our way to like the karate competition when we were like 8. She'd be like, I think you guys are going to sweep this thing. And we'd be like,
we had a lot of self-confidence.
That's what moms are for, right?
Yeah. Well, on the flip side, she also told me on that same car ride that now that we were becoming more popular, that we were going to receive more hate mail and that people are really mean to you when you're popular. I was like, what? What kind of pep talk is this? And she's like, I was just reading an article about Lady Gaga and people are so mean in the comments, but she just sold out 2 arena shows in Vancouver. That's what happens when you get popular. You and Sarah need to get ready for it. And I was like, thanks for the pep talk, Mom.
Yeah, that sounds like a mom.
She's a realist, like a life coach.
And you guys are on Twitter at Tegan and Sara for anyone that wants to follow. Are you guys on Twitter a lot?
Tegan, am on it quite a bit. I mean, I try to keep a healthy balance of just being informational and then also putting some funny stuff in. Sarah jumps in every once in a while. I swear the fans know her so well. They know when it's Sarah tweeting. Really? But you know, we try to use it responsibly. We don't get on there drunk or, you know, tweet naked body parts.
Probably why our friend count is so low.
Yeah, totally. we're not that excited.
Like,
we don't fight with anyone.
Cool, another book recommendation. Thanks.
Yeah, if you want information, you want a responsible social networking experience, follow
it's
at
like
Tegan
following
and Sara.
your dentist.
Yeah.
I already
or my mom.
Following.
Yeah. You're following? I'm not. So we apologize in advance to anyone who's looking for a good time. Don't come to our Twitter.
Yeah, it might get better. When we're on tour, you know, we like to put some surprises up there, but
not the kind of surprises most people want, though.
Yeah, it's true. Okay. Maybe I'll get Sarah to start a Twitter page just on her own, and then we can have a Twitter war, and that'll get us more followers.
That's true. Yeah,
that's what it's all about.
Love the
days,
battles.
you know? Celebrity Twitter wars.
We're too nice. We're like too Canadian about the whole thing.
If someone was ever like that, I was just following a Twitter beef between Azealia Banks and Angel Hayes and two really awesome female hip hop artists, and about like 10 minutes into the beef where they were firing back and forth at each other, I was like, if someone ever said any of these things to me, I would start crying.
Yeah.
Like, I was just like, I would never even be able to respond. I would just be like, I'd cancel my Twitter, I'd become like, I don't know, like, I'd become like a botanist or something. Like, I would be devastated if anyone ever said anything mean to me. So I don't think we're cut out for the Twitter beef. No. We're just not
it
too
can be
sensitive.
fun at times, but also...
We'll start a beef with you guys.
What? Okay, let's do that. Okay, I'll tweet you guys something nasty.
I can't believe the video wall at Z103.5 wasn't bigger. Who do you guys think you are? We're Tegan and Sara. Get with the program. We drove to the airport, people.
Oh, snap.
Wow, Tegan's actually pretty
good at it.
Yeah, that's good.
That was very good.
Who needs Twitter? I'll just do it on radio.
Well, ladies, thank you so much for stopping by. That was a lot of fun.
Thanks for
you
having
guys
us.
are great.
Thank you for the support. We appreciate it.
No problem. Thank you.